Hi there, Stampers. It's Eleanor McGarry, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and for today's Share Card Sunday, we're going to be using some stamps from the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. Actually, we're only going to be using one of the greetings on here, and then we're going to be using the coordinating dies, the peach dies, and then from this stamp set, the coordinating dies to the Encircled and Friendship stamp set called the Encircled in Beauty dies. We're going to be using these two center dies to create the card. We won't be using this stamp set just yet. I'll be doing a tutorial for this next time, but for the purpose of this particular card, we are just going to be using the dies from the coordinating Encircled in Beauty dies. So what we're going to be needing are, from the Your Peach die set, we're going to be using these dies to create these cute little tiny flowers, and as well as the leaf dies to create the leaves. And then from the Encircled in Beauty dies, we are just going to be using this die as well as this die. I have it on a magnetic sheet here. So just those two dies. And we're going to cut each of them 3 times. So there's that cut 3 times. And then we're also going to use this particular die. And again, the same thing. We're going to cut that out 3 times. And then, of course, for the actual card, we're going to start with a Calypso Coral base. And I am going to use a white layer on top of that I've gone ahead and embossed with the 3D brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. So let's make the card. So now we're going to continue on with the final few steps of the card. We're going to add the third circle embellishment, putting a Stampin' Dimensional on one side and just glue on the opposite side beside the Stampin' Dimensional. And we do this because the glue part of the circle will be resting on the two other circles, so it's already raised a little bit. No need for a dimensional on that part of the circle. And then this greeting comes from the Sweetest Peach stamp set. I love these little greetings here. And the little die cut that I've sponged in Calypso Coral. That little die cut is done with one of the dies from the coordinating peach dies. And we're going to do the same thing here, where we put glue on one side and a Stampin' Dimensional. I'm using the mini ones this time because that little tag is so tiny. And go ahead and glue it onto your third circle embellishment there. And then now we're just going to add all the little tiny leaves and the little flowers that we had cut out earlier using the peach dies. I do this, I add them by adding glue to the part of the card where I know I want them, and then I'm using the putty side of my Take Your Pick tool to actually pick up the flowers and the leaves and then adhere them to the card in the spots where I had added the glue. I find it's easy this way if you just add the glue to the card first. I know in my mind where I want these little leaves and flowers to go, so I'm just putting the glue in those spots in the card, and then I take my Take Your Pick tool and use the putty side to pick up my die cuts and add them on the card. These little flowers and leaves that come in the coordinating peach dies are so versatile. Like I use them in so many cards. If I just want to add a little bit of detail to the background, they're just so easy to use. I cut out a bunch of them all at once while I'm watching TV in different colors. Cut a bunch of the green leaves and I keep them in a little container. And anytime I want to make a quick card or a tag, I'll just stamp my sentiment and then add these little flowers just to add a little bit of detail, make it a little bit more unique. I decided I wanted to put a little bit more flowers underneath the card there as well, just so that it's balanced. I have 3 little flower clusters all along the front of the card. When you're adding on little tiny embellishments like rhinestones or pearls or these little leaves and flowers, the Take Your Pick tool really is invaluable because it's so easy to pick up what you want to add to your card and then just go ahead and use the putty side to adhere it to the glue that you've put on your card. And then I decided I should put a little bit, a couple of the flowers on the white part of that circle as well, just to the left side of the greeting. I felt it still needed something else, so at this point I'm thinking I'm going to add some pearls to the center of the 3 largest yellow flowers. These are your basic pearl jewels. So what I do is I add a little bit of glue to the center of the flowers, and I do this because I've had these basic pearl jewels for about a year, and I had them stored in my stash and had forgotten all about them, and I was just a bit worried that the glue, because they do come with glue backing on them, you don't really need to add glue to the card, but because I've had this stored for so long, I just was worried that the glue had dried up, and I don't want the little pearl centers to fall off before my card gets to where I'm mailing it to. So just to play safe, I added a little bit of glue, but ordinarily you don't really need to do this. Our gems, our rhinestones, and basic pearls come with glue backing on them already. And there you have the finished card. I I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. The subscribe button is on the bottom right-hand side. Thanks for watching, everyone.